Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a review of the Transformers Titans Return Deluxe Class Autobot Stylor and Chromedome. So Stylor and Chromedome are some of the Titan Masters that come from the original 1987 Headmaster group. Chromedome having not done a whole lot except until recently in the More Than Meets the Eye comics, where he is the spouse of the Autobot Rewind, though Styler's not involved with that. And while Styler's not been around much in fiction, let's take a look at him first right now. So, if you look very closely, you can notice two things. A, there's not a lot of paint, and B, this robot looks very familiar, because the heads are based on the blur mold body, and as you can see, they've got the exact same head, the exact same chest, the exact same arms, and the exact same lower legs. The main difference, and this is a thing that's going to start happening with some of these reviews, is that the Wave 2 and on don't put a lot or any paint on the robot modes of them. And you can see that Styler's got just a plain red face, that brown chest, and then the red limbs, while Hyperfire here has some paint to pick out some of the detail. But Stylor here is just rather bland in comparison to Hyperfire. But besides that, main difference between them is the different faces, and here is Chromedome's face, which is much more based on his IDW comic book design rather than his original toy design. But I am very much like this head. Very nice orange, very nice blue, and very nice white going on. Articulation for Stylor is the same as the other Titan Masters. His head is on a ball joint, so it rotates full 360, and it can bobble. It's got room to bobble. His arms are able to bend. They can go that far forward, that far back because of the face. They can bend out a little bit. Legs are on a pin, are able to bend that far forward, that far back. And knees are on a pin as well, and they're able to bend that far back and that far forward. And to transform him into head mode, you just fold him in half, and there you have Stylor in Chromedome's head mode. But now that's all there is to say on Stylor, so let's move along to Chromedome. And as you can see, Chromedome is kind of a futuristic car. From when I saw it, it made me think a fair bit like the Transformers Prime Bumblebee. If you have seen that toy, I know what I'm talking about. This makes me think of that body shape a fair bit, kind of that sports car vibe. Looking in the front, he's got some headlights painted in, some nice blue headlights, and some vents going on in this weird front thing. On top, he's got some nice red and silver detailing, and a nice Autobot symbol right there, along with some grooves going on the side and whatnot. On the sides, he's got wheels, and these are like kind of translucent, smoky kind of wheels. If you can see, kind of see through them, they're kind of smoky and whatnot. And the same kind of plastic is used for the windscreen, so you can't really see it on camera all that well. Maybe you can know that you can see the white through there, but you are able to see inside the cockpit. Going along, there's a little bit of red right here, black on this back section of the windows. This is just painted black. You're not supposed to see through that. On the top, a lot of red, a lot of beige going on back here, and a little bit of brown painted over there. On the back, it's just rear tail lights not painted in, just some detail. And then underneath, you get a bunch of stuff. You get a bunch of incongruous bits and pieces. But if you know these are the feet, you can figure out the chest and the arms are going to come from here and all of that. But as a car, he does roll. All four of his wheels roll nicely. For accessories, he comes with these two blaster things, these two blasters. This one in particular, like how Stylor shares the same mold as Blur's head, this gun shares the same mold as Blur's gun. This one obviously not painted in any way, shape, or form, but that's fine for me. It's the same type of blaster weapon. And then this weapon, you notice, is a bit weird with the seating arrangement on that, and that's involved with how Time Masters interact with the weapons. So let's talk about how Stylor interacts with Chromedome and these weapons. So first, before we get into the how he interacts with the accessories, let's talk about how he sits in Chromedome. So what you're going to do is you're going to come here and pull the roof, pull the window roof bit off, and these two tabs go into holes. Those tabs right there go into holes there and there. You just pull that out. You get Stylor in a seating position like this, and that, and oh yeah, the cockpit is nice. Some very extra details going on there, and you can see, oh, too much light, and you can see the details in there. There's nowhere for Time Master plug in, so you just kind of pop them in there and then close the window on him, and you really can't see. You can kind of see that Stylor is sitting inside. You can't too much on camera, unfortunately, but you do know he is sitting in there because I put him in there. The weapons themselves, Stylor is able to sit in them. These slots on the backs of his legs, and the tab will go into that slot and the tabs there to sit him in. And then you plug this weapon in by this hole in that peg, and there you have a weapons platform for Stylor or any other Time Master. And this, while it doesn't have like a holding peg that you would normally use to hold the Time Master like this, unless you want Stylor to be concerned that he's going to fall out by having him be on the side, these two slots go into these two tabs on the roof of Chromedome, and you give Chromedome a gun emplacement on his roof, and that's a thing you can do. That is a thing you're clearly capable of doing. Because of how the pegs are, with the two pegs on the sides, you're also able to peg the weapon emplacement on the side of Chromedome, like so. And obviously no effect on how it rolls or what have you. And that's all the places you can place the emplacement. And of course this weapon is also able to plug in on the side, so if you want to do something more like that, that is also an option. Yeah, that's all there is on the accessories. That's all there is on Stylor and Chromedome interacting with each other. So let's get on to some size comparisons. Here he is with Legends Class Bumblebee. And you can see how they scale together. Since Chromedome is normally the size comparison for the Deluxe, and since there's enough similarities, today we're comparing Chromedome to Deluxe Class Blur, just for size comparison consistency. Here he is with Voyager Class Megatron. You can see how they look together. And here he is with Leader Class 6-Shot, and how they scale together. If I can get the camera up a little bit. There we are. And that's how they look together. So that's all there is to say on the vehicle mode. So let's roll right along and get to the robot mode. And to do that, we're going to start by opening the cockpit the way we did before. We're going to pull these window halves out, and we're going to fold them back on these hinges. And then these tabs that went into the fronts here are going to go into slots there and there, and that will all lock into place. Next thing you want to do, you're going to come to the sides and you're going to pull out the arms. And the arms attach by that tab going in that slot right there, and just move them out and out of the way. And repeat that on the other side, just move the arm out, up and out of the way. You're going to bend them that way just to get a little more clearance, because next thing you're going to do is you're going to open the legs like so. And these very short tabs go into slots there, and the same on the other side, slots into there and there. And then come down and around and fold the legs all the way out. Fold the feet down like so. I hope you saw that. You fold the feet down like so and collapse the legs in together, and then you split the legs and they tab there and into there, like such, and there to there. Oh crap, that wasn't on camera. That tab goes into that slot, and that tab connects to that tab, because they have little grooves on them that lock together. Now that's done, you're gonna rotate him at the waist, fold the arms out of the way, fold this entire chest piece down. Then you're gonna come back here, and you're gonna untab the front of the car, and these tabs will hook in there and there, that tab into that slot, and then this is on a double hinge, and you're gonna fold it down and back, and these tabs, those tabs right there, will go into those slots there and there, and that will hook like so. And then you just come here, pull the hands out, pull the hands out, and there is Chromedome done, but he still needs a head. So come in here, take Stylor, fold him in half, attach him at the head peg, and there you have Chromedome in his robot mode. And that's a very nice robot mode. It's very much more, while the head, and he has a popularity in the IDW comics right now, the rest of the body is more so based on his original Generation 1 design and toy. So coming in close here, you saw the head before. So the chest, a nice set of browns, a nice set of reds, and a little bit of silver to make that chest pop with a nice Autobot symbol right there. Whoops. Coming to the arms, the tan comes out more. You get a little bit of silver right there on the pecs. Okay, we are getting too bright here. Silver on not the pecs, but the upper arms right there. You come down, you see some details on the arms, and then you get the fists, the detail on those fists. You got a little bit of silver on the ab area, and a nice red crotch, tan, brown legs, brown knee pads, nice bit of silver and a little bit of blue coming to pick out the shins bit, and then just some detail and some brown feet, and then the rest of it is pretty much car bits and pieces that integrate very well with Chromedome. Yeah. Focus, please. So again, he's got the two accessories, and he is able to wield them in his hands. You can have him wield it by any of this one with these two side pegs, or this third peg that really wasn't accessible in the weapons platform, and then he can hold this one here, like so. These side pegs are also still available from the car mode, so you can put them there if you so desire. And if you want him having an arm-mounted gun, or if that's just where you want to store him, because really there's not really anywhere for these bits to store on these weapons to store on him except in his hands or on these shoulders. So that's what you're going to do if you don't want the pieces elsewhere. And yeah, for the car mode, that's also where the weapons were stored on his roof are the only places you can really store them in the car mode. But that's all there is to say for the robot mode right now. So let's move on to some size comparisons. For articulation, Chromedome's head functions like other Time Master heads. It's able to rotate a full 360 and is able to bob a little bit. His arms are on ball joints and are able to rotate a full 360 and are able to bend out like so. You can also use this swivel joint to make his arm bend out at a different point if you really want to, but this serves the same articulation. It's just these panels kind of bump into the back. The bicep is able to swivel a full 360. The elbow is able to bend at a 90-degree angle, and the wrist is able to bend because of the transformation. His waist is able to rotate a full 360. His knees are on ball joints, so they're able to bend that far forward, that far backward, and that far outward. His thighs are able to swivel at 360 degrees. His knees are able to bend at 90 degrees, and then his feet bend and tilt a little bit forward and that far backward. I'm not sure how much that's going to serve you considering how small the feet are and how big the legs are, but you can kind of get that kind of opposing going on. And that's Chromedome's articulation. And now, back to your regularly scheduled review. Here he is with Legends Class Bumblebee, with Bumblebee coming up to like right at that bottom brown bit right there, just about. Yeah, right at the bottom of that brown bit. Here he is with Deluxe Class Blur, and Blur kind of stands basically head height with him. An interesting thing is that the thighs and knee pads, hold on, I need to focus. Yeah, the thighs and the knee caps on these two are also shared between the two molds, but that's all. It's the head, it's the heads, well, the bodies of the heads, the thighs and these knees, and the one blaster, and that's all the pieces they share in terms of molding. Yeah, that's those two. Here he is with Voyager Megatron, and you can see he comes up to right below the gray chest panel. Here he is with Leader 6 Shot, and he comes like halfway up this skirt panel right there, like actually kind of, yeah, about the top panel of the skirt flaps. Very specific height right there. And of course, here he is with the mascots, Soundwave and Wheeljack. And you can see how he scales with them. Oh no, Wheeljack fell. There you are. Yeah, but Chromedome is a very nice figure. It is very, very simple but very elegant. The leg transformation has been a kind of a thing that's been coming kind of standard in terms of transformation. But I love how this backpack, this car backpack, like folds into the chest rather than just being that far out and being a huge backpack. It like kind of gives it a sleeker, elegant design. And it is relatively simple, and this toy got redecoded into another toy, and it's a little bland on that guy, so it's the paint. I find it's the paint that makes this toy pop a bit more, and also maybe the use of the mold, fairly straightforward, was not the best way to go with this particular toy, because it is relatively straightforward, simple. There's some nice bits like this chest panel folding down and stuff like that, but I still think this is a very nice toy and a very good character to get if you are into this Titans Return thing. But that is all I have to say on Chromedome. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All of the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.